welcome to another episode of Behind the Gate with Scott and Kate. I am Kate, and Scott is not with us tonight, but that is all right. We're going to swing along with the flow and go along with it. I want to touch base on our sponsor. It's Governor's Pub and Eatery in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Also, I want to congratulate everyone that had participated in the Atlantic Regional Drivers Challenge. Well done. It was a thrilling go because it was always a touch and base moment. So congrats to the drivers that will be moving on. Moving on tonight, we have a awesome guest. I'm so excited to talk to him. He's a up-and-coming trainer within the industry. He had a wicked year last year for just becoming, a trainer of his own. He had some really nice mares that we will touch base on as well. So I want to welcome Luke to the podcast. So welcome aboard, Luke, and I can't wait to chat.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. So let's just dive in. Might as well. Let's
Yep.
just chit chat about everything. And so how did you get involved in harness racing?
Well, it really started at a young age. My grandfather had a lot of racehorses before. He still has them actually. They're all retired now, but just growing up, I saw like a lot of pictures on the wall of like racehorses. I knew that I'd be interested. I was always interested in horses to begin with, but the racing world was kind of like a thing that I thought I would enjoy. And then it kind of turned into going to the barn with my uncles. They had two horses then, I think, with Trevor Hicken. And I was just going on the weekends, just brushing horses off and enjoying it at the time. And then it kind of moved into me going to the paddock, taking things back and forth. And then I started helping in paddocking for Amber Campbell, which was like a great experience. She taught me a lot. And it moved on to Adam and Melissa's barn, where I learned way like that's most of what I've learned. Like they taught me so much and they helped me along the way, even to getting my trainers. They were very helpful.
Oh, that's awesome. So I touched base on last year. It was
Mhm.
your first year as a trainer for your own
Yeah.
stable. Like, what made you decide to kind of go to that trainer route?
I looked up to like a lot of trainers, like I said, like Adam and Melissa. They're both very great people. I also looked up to Mark Campbell. I worked for him for a bit. He's awesome. I just feel like the trainer route was better for me. I don't think I could drive. That's a very pressure, like way too much pressure. But the trainer route, like you put a lot of work and time into them and you see them go on and do well, and it makes you feel a lot better.
Absolutely. Totally understand that completely. Um, as you had your first, win, your first, that first start is a big thing. Like
Yeah.
knowing that you hit the track with your first horse under your name as a trainer. What was that feeling? Because I couldn't imagine. Like I am dreaming of going for my trainers and I keep postponing it. Even though I know I could do it, I just keep postponing it. But I can just imagine the thrill of being like, your name
Yeah.
as the trainer, and like, but that's me, like that's my horse. Like it must have been a thrill.
It was a thrill. I postponed it for a year actually. I was very, I don't know, a little bit anxiety ridden at the start. You don't know how well you're gonna do. It's the start of the year, but you put a lot of work into them through the winter, so you kind of hope for the best. My first start, it wasn't great, but she was okay. And my second start, it was even better. I finished second, and then finally, like leading up my third start is when I won my first start. It was awesome.
That and that's pretty impressive, and especially like, well, in my eyes, I think that's impressive. Like you
Yeah.
started out and you've seen yourself go from okay, I was here, I was okay. My second start, oh, they're getting a little bit better, and then it's finally like, whoa, I won. Like
Mhm.
I got that win under my belt. I can get the monkey off my back, and I'm good to go. So that's awesome. You had a couple awesome mares that I want to touch base on, and
Yep.
one is I followed her time with you, and I just adore her, and I
Mhm.
can't wait to see what she has in store for you after this. So let's touch base on Elm Grove Penny. How did you inquire on her?
I was looking one day on Standard Canada, like for sale page, as I do on a regular basis. I love seeing what horses are for sale. But she kind of caught my eye. She was an island bred. Um, she showed pretty good lines. I saw that she did very well for Danny Romo, which is very helpful. I wanted to see what she wore exactly in Charlottetown, if she hit her knees or whatnot. Um, she wasn't very big, which is not a big deal for me. She can get around a half, and she showed like her lifetime mark is 55 over Charlottetown, and I thought if she can get around that, like she should be competitive.
Right. And she was. Like she's been so competitive for you, and I've seen her when she was only young with Danny, and like you said, she wasn't very big and she still is not
Nope.
very big. So it's so nice to watch them from when they're just young starting and now to see her with you now, and she's just one of those nice, all around mares that can get around, catch checks, and makes life a lot easier on a
Yeah.
trainer for now. My all-time favorite, I just, ever since you've got her and brought her to Charlottetown, I have fallen in love, and I have a really soft spot for chestnuts, but
Mhm.
she is a tank. Like, she is amazing. So you had DG's Elsa,
Mhm.
and she's even her sire is Shanghai Phil, like,
Yeah.
of all things. So, like, what made you, or how did you even inquire on her? Like, she just showed up out of nowheres.
My uncle watched her a lot when she was racing in the States. Of course, she's a Shanghai Phil. He has Shanghai Phil. It kind of clicked. He really liked the way she had a record of 51 over Yonkers. She was a really nice mare. Had over 300,000 made. So when she hit on gate, he was texting me telling me he was going to bid on her. And at the start, she was just going to be a broodmare prospect. I kind of convinced him that she should race. I thought that she would be a pretty nice race mare. And really, she was. She's not the nicest to be around, but it's part of like the racing side. She's tough, and
Right.
she did way better than we both expected. We did not expect her to be an open mare, and it was awesome. Especially for my first year, I didn't think I would have a preferred mare.
Yeah, like, and that's huge. And my gosh, there was one race that I watched, and she came from the back and just swooped them. And I'm telling you, the chills like went over my body just because I'm like, oh my God, like, she is a beast on the track. Like, she's all
Yeah,
business. Like,
all
she knows her
business.
stuff.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. Do you have any plans for her in the future?
We were thinking if she didn't catch this year, we were gonna bring her back. She did catch. I'm very happy with that. She's in full Tobago case. I'm just
Ooh.
really excited to see what her foals will bring to the racetrack. It's very exciting. I don't really do babies and 2-year-olds, but I'll be happy to see anyone do well with her babies.
Yeah, because she's competitive as it was in her life.
Mhm.
So if she can bring just as half as that, I think them foals have a big opportunity. So
Yeah.
that's really awesome. Another mare late in the season. What made you think of claiming this one in wheelbarrow? Like, of all mares.
My uncle actually bought her from Rito. That's how she came to the Maritimes.
Oh,
Um, I really liked her. My name was down on her. I really, really liked her. I was only young, so I didn't really get to keep her. But my uncle sold her, and I wasn't very happy about it. But um, I just thought that she could be competitive. LASIK's program really helped her, and she could finish way better with LASIK's. And it calmed her down a little bit. She was a really hot mare, and um, yeah, it's just I go on it like I think I can fix something. A lot of people don't like the horse. I think I can fix it and I buy it. But it's kind of I just don't think of it before I do it, and then I get it and I kind of try and fix it. And she was very nice. She tried her hardest, and it it really worked out for me in the end and Brett. Brett really liked her.
He get along with her really well.
Yeah, he did.
So that's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely know Indy pretty well. I had her with us for a bit. She definitely is a chestnut to a T. She's got
Yeah.
some fire in her, and yeah, but God, she's business. And
Yeah.
most mares seem to be business out on the track, but
Mhm.
she didn't care who she was racing with. She was all for it. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. And it's so nice to see her, you had her before
Mhm.
and now you have her again. So it's kind of a nice little touch to there as well.
Yeah.
So this year you have a horse, One Rock,
Mhm.
and he's been doing pretty well for you. So
Yeah.
how did you get wrapped up with him as well?
Again, I was looking on Gate. Um, I saw him posted. I talked to Nick about him. He's a very nice gated horse. He goes very nice. And he showed 57 here, 55. So I just kind of asked Nick like exactly what he wanted for him. No one was really bidding on him. In the end, I bid once and then Nick bid again. He didn't know it was me. And I finally ended up texting Nick and he said, if you want him, you can buy him. So I took him myself. It kind of worked. It really did work out in the end. He's such a nice horse. I haven't had a gelding in so long and it's a nice change, really.
Absolutely. They're fun. They're goofy. They bring a different, light to the stable. So it's nice to have one around. And he's been working really well in your favor because
Yeah.
he raced here in Truro and he was awesome. Like he was sharp. So it was nice to see. And then you raced him in Charlottetown after that and he was still on game. So
Yeah.
that's really good. I'm glad to see you're having so much luck with him and hopefully it continues. That's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't expected, but I'm just happy because I own it with like one of my best friends and it's just nice to see him do well.
Exactly. And having fun with your friend in the game is the best.
Yeah.
So, ups and downs, but you know what? At least you have that friendship to, have that fun with. And,
Yeah.
it's the lows, you both are in the lows. So it's always good. So you've mentioned a few people that, you've talked about for mentors. Has there been anybody else besides, Adam and Melissa and Amber and Mark that you kind of, also have kind of went down the path with them as well?
When I was working at Ronnie Gass's with like Adam and Melissa, Ronnie Gass, obviously, he played a very big part in like me learning. He's a very great mentor, especially like racing side, broodmare side, just everything. He knows a lot. He's just a book, really. And Corey McPherson, he's also a great trainer. His stable's doing very well right now, and I learned a lot from him as well. I paddocked for him a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, we had Corey on and it it's so nice to see everybody going and people taking the leap to move and do their own thing and being so successful at doing
Yeah.
that. So it's really nice to watch everybody move along. If you could pick one place in the world, and it could be anywhere, and you could race anybody that you might have in your barn or you had that opportunity to race somebody, where would you like to race and why?
I think I'd really like to race in the Meadowlands. I don't know. It's just nice to see, like, watching it on TV. It looks like a beautiful racetrack to race at. A lot of people would say Woodbine. That would also be a great choice. But I feel like Meadowlands is just, it seems so far away, and there's so many competitive horses there that it would be great to just race there at least once.
Yeah, like the atmosphere just seems like it would be like top notch, like and meeting people that you see on TV that don't usually see. Like in Woodbine, Bob McClure or James McDonald, those sometimes come up for the Gold Cup and Saucer. So you see them, but you don't see like Dexter Dunn like
Yeah.
out of no. So how, like, it would be so cool. Be like, "What's up, Dexter? How you doing?" Like,
Yeah.
it would be, and or just to pick their brains for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. It'd be
So
awesome.
yeah, so it'd be just, yeah, I totally agree. Just a whole different atmosphere of it all. So I have a couple questions. These are fun questions,
Okay.
just off the top of your head kind of thing. First question, if you were a Disney character, who would you be?
That's a great question. I don't really know. I feel like the horse from Tangled would be a great one. Um,
That's all. That
yeah,
is
he has a little bit of attitude, but yeah, I think that was great. I grew up watching that, so I think that would
that's
be yeah.
that's I never even thought of Tangled. Oh my god, that's awesome. Now you say it and it's like, oh, I gotta go watch it. um, what is your go-to kind of show or binge show that you would watch on like Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever?
Great question again. Lately, I haven't been watching a whole lot of TV. I watch a lot of TikTok, a lot of racing videos. It kind of just helps me think of what I can change on a horse. Uh, I'm always thinking about horses, obviously, but just like quick little things that I could think I can do to help a horse or make them more competitive as a racehorse is a lot of videos that I watch.
Nice, I like that. Do you have, okay, this is the, and be bluntly honest with this one. Do you have a talent that anybody doesn't know about?
Not that I can think of, really.
Oh man. I'm waiting for that one person to tell me that they
No.
sing in the shower and no one knows.
No, I don't think that's it, but there could be, but I can't think of one.
Awesome. When you were little, did you have a favorite toy or a stuffed
I
animal?
I had
Anything?
a lot of Breyer and Schleich horses, of course. I was obsessed with them. We'd go every weekend to get new ones. It's there's actually a big box we just moved. It's in the garage that I have full of them. Yeah, that's what I did when I was young. I'd play with toy horses.
My God, you sound just like my child. Her bedroom, I
Full.
don't think anything but toy horses in her room.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Tires. Oh my. Every time she sees a new one, Mom, gotta get this one. I'm like, where are you gonna put it? You got enough in there. So I
No.
totally.
Yeah, I was the same way.
If there was one item that you couldn't live without, what would that be?
Hmm, another good question. I think my car right now. I travel everywhere. I have two horses in different places. I'm going back and forth, especially being a trainer. I need to be able to get back and forth between them. And I live so far away from everything right now. So just my car, I would not be able to live without it, especially like I don't know how my parents dealt with it before when I had horses and they were driving me around because I find it absolutely crazy now.
Absolutely. Last question is, what is your go-to pizza?
Great question. Barbecue chicken pizza, actually.
Yes, my fave. And I put on the back burner because Andy, every time I always order a barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah.
Andy's always like, it's not as good as Cape Breton ones. And I'm always like, barbecue chicken pizza. It doesn't matter where it is. The best kind. Yes, I'm a that's my all-time favorite
Yeah.
barbecue chicken. Perfect. We got to have one at some point. Just
Yeah.
eat it up. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. And yeah, I can't wait to see how you keep continuing this year for your trainers and watching the rest of your stock go. And so thanks for joining me on Behind the Gate with Scott and Kate. That's episode 28. And our sponsor is Governor's Pub and Eatery in Sydney, Nova Scotia. we have a few upcoming guests. We have Dr. Ian Moore. We have Landon Campbell. He's going to talk about his first trainer's win, which was not that long ago. And then we have Bill O'Donnell, Wally Hennessy, and we also have Bob McClure that's also on the table to come on and chat with us. So thanks everybody for watching, and thank you, Luke, for joining me and talking about your awesome mares. And I cannot wait to see Elsa's foals. So keep me posted. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and we will be back with another guest.